Welcome back to another edition of Research Fantasy presents our MLB DFS hitter picks for Saturday, June 24th, 2017. I'm your host, Nick from CWE, and I'm here to bring you three of my favorite tournament hitters for this evening. Interesting slate, and I'll kind of go through my three favorite hitters. Let's start with Josh Bell, 7,200 fantasy draft, 3K FanDuel, 3,600 DraftKings. Always a good idea to have a guy who can be low priced and can come through with a nice game. As we saw last night, Bell has his power stroke going, 14 home runs on the year, I believe. Maybe last night was 15th. Either way, having a solid year, contributing a lot, taking on a pitcher in Lance Lynn that has allowed a 370 WOBA, 44.8% fly ball rate, and 33% hard contact to lefties. We know that Bell is capable of putting together bigger games. Don't really mind him in either format, though. There's someone else who's pretty cheap at the first base position who I would rather play tonight, but Bell is still a good option. Next up, let's go with Andrew Benintendi, 8,400 fantasy draft, 3,500 FanDuel, 4,300 DraftKings. JC Ramirez started off the year as kind of this great story, was pitching very well, and the wheels have just come off as of late. He's highly susceptible against lefties, allowing a 393 WOBA, 40% fly ball rate, and 44.4% hard contact. This late in the year, I mean, we're talking about the reality that the All-Star game is like 3 weeks away or something like that, I believe. We're at the halfway point of the season, basically. You can't be giving up 44.4% hard contact and that high level of WOBA and fly ball rate. Benintendi hasn't been the greatest at the plate as of late, but this matchup is just far too good to pass on tonight, so I want exposure to him as well. Perhaps my favorite play on the game, and he's a guy that really isn't going to break the bank, and for the matter, I really like this team just as a stack. I will tell you right now, and I know I'm jinxing myself, I know I'm doing it, and that's fine, but I have been very selective with this team, but every single time that I've played them, they have come through in spades for me. I'm going with the San Diego Padres tonight. Always a guarantee for low ownership. Anibal Sanchez is a pitcher that on a short slate, he's probably going to be someone that players want to pick on. And I get that. I understand that. And it's understandable. I mean, look, on the year against righties, 492 WOBA, 42.9% fly ball rate, 53.5% hard contact. Now, it is important to understand that this guy really hasn't been a starter. He's started like one game, maybe 2 games. He's been mostly like a middle relief option, but they've needed to go to him, it appears, on Saturday. I can't actually get any confirmation, but yeah, it looks like today he's going to start. Wil Myers, just too good of a hitter. I think he's on a whole been fairly disappointing this year. I thought that this was going to be the year where it really popped out. 216 with 14 home runs isn't the greatest stat line. I get that. But this is just way too good of a situation for him. I really like the upside that he possesses tonight. And like I said, I like the rest of the team. You could go with guys like Jose Perella, Franchi Cordero. These guys are all relatively low-priced options. Cordero, 33 on DraftKings. Perella, 36. At catcher, you could rock Luis Torrens at 2,100. I mean, these are the perfect types of players you want to put with Kershaw because they give you such great roster flexibility. Like, you're getting upset because you have to put in this monstrous 12.5 salary of Kershaw on both sites, but then you have these angels in disguise that come through and they're going to let you build up at other positions. I have several lineups where I'm looking at using the lefty sluggers from the Dodgers, and guess what? They slot in absolutely perfectly around the Padres bats. So to wrap things up today, 3 of my favorite tournament picks: Josh Bell, Andrew Benintendi, Wil Myers. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our podcast below. Check us out at researchfantasy.com Like us on Facebook at Research Fantasy, follow us on Twitter at Research and Win, and join us again tomorrow.